So we've got some news. We're going to do it. It's official. We're going to create the merch store. I might have mentioned it in previous videos. I'm not sure if I have or not, but we're going to do it. It's official. I've started building the merch store online, but now I've got to start, creating the products. Mostly going to be clothing and just cool stickers and stuff like that. Nothing too crazy. Just stuff that you guys can wear or, put on stuff, computers, vehicles, signs. I don't know. You guys decide what you want to do with it. Essentially, it's more for Black Bear Creative and Track Bear as well. And I think it's going to be pretty cool to work on because I think it's going to let us, be more creative, do more cool illustrative work that we don't get to do all the time. And just sort of experiment and just work on cool designs. So to do this, to give you an idea of sort of the layout or the plan of attack, set out to create the online store, set up the billing, the postage, sort of how much it's going to cost to sort of get them printed, screen printed. We know a screen printer locally, which we've used for forever. And if you don't know, I used to do clothing, have my own clothing brand back in the day called Black Market Industries. So pretty much just using the connects I know from that and sort of, building from there. So today we're going to work on a couple of projects. This is for our Employee Shore client, and they needed some LinkedIn header images for their profile. So essentially we needed to come up with two options for them to pick from. The first one being more of a corporate look and the other one being more focused on the new logo. The first one, essentially what I thought was to use the elements of the logo to create something to break up the actual design, and also the photography which they asked for in the brief. So it's more of a corporate sort of look, a nice natural looking photo. The second example is focused more on the logo itself. So still using that idea of breaking up the artboard, using the elements from the logo here and just sort of flipping it around. Because the only other option I could think of was just putting the logo by itself, but it's kind of boring. Flip it around, make it more sort of symmetrical, I guess. I think that will work. Send it to the client, see what they say, and get some feedback. Keeping you guys updated. Great start to the week. Plenty to do. Just send off some quotes, some final touches on some projects, set up the assets for development for a website that we're doing. Now it's time to do some fun stuff. So I've been working on a t-shirt design for one of the merch sort of stores that we're doing. Did a little bit on the weekend, had a bit of fun with it. Turned out pretty cool. I might show you guys and sort of see where I'm at. Just from experience with screen printing, I know these might be an issue because they're so thin. The thinner your sort of line work or thinner the design is, some issues can sometimes happen with screen printing, like it can get clogged in the screen. I'm going to have to think about this, see if I can come up with a better solution for it. I do like how it's looking. It sort of gives it a bit more depth. So I think this is the final design. A couple of changes if you might be able to notice. The middle stripy sort of part, I replaced that with a little bit more refined version. So it's got the original line work there, but it's just repeated, and I made it cut out from the actual middle part of the design. And also you can see here, remove some of the line work from the leg, so it looks less like a plank of wood, sort of more like a bone. In the actual text, made the line work a bit thicker just to avoid those issues with the screen printer, and also just added a little bit more detail within the text. And other than that, that's pretty much it. I've made a little sticker version, which I'm planning to maybe create as a sticker. So you can see here it's sort of framed nicely with a white border. This won't be black, obviously. It's just going to be, this is the actual sticker itself. Looks cool. I think the next step is to get a little bit of feedback. Alright, It's Tuesday, had a good morning, filmed the thank you video for all the students that are leaving reviews and stuff on the Skillshare classes. I think the next thing now is to work on a project on a booklet design. So hopefully get it ready for review by today, because it is due by the end of the month and it is already the 26th. So yeah, after that, pretty much got a plan out tomorrow. So work on the background projects for the merch store that we're sort of doing. Yeah, that's the plan. And also maybe just look around and sort of find out costs for printing. We're gonna get it done. Okay, so currently working on the wireframes for the merch store that we're creating. Instead of just jumping into Webflow and building the site from there from a template, I want to just create a quick prototype, go through from a user's perspective and see if there's any issues with, or any objections or anything that could turn off a user from buying a product, any sort of issues that might come up when they're using the website. It's a nice day outside. Gonna work from outside, work on a laptop and get some stuff done. So this is the wireframe I've been working on for the merch store. This section here, an image is gonna go where we might have like a, launch party sale, offer code or something. In here, adding like a footer. We ship everywhere globally, and Australian printed design and printed in Australia. Just stuff here that is useful, benefits or things that the person who's buying the merch off the site would like to know. Interesting, just going through and figuring out where we can trim some fat as well, where things are not necessary or don't add to the experience, what text I need to be adding, especially on the product page as well. Like there's things here that there's just a lot to add here in terms of maybe showing the user's stock levels, the product descriptions, answering specific questions that commonly come up when you're looking on a site and you're thinking about buying something, like how long will the shipping take, what's the returns policy, a size guide in terms of the fitment. The next step is pretty much, first of all, I've got to create a brand identity for it. I created something in the past, but it was a very quick sort of thing, and I don't really like it at the moment. So I need to come up with that and apply the style to this prototype. Are they going to be like lifestyle shots? Are they going to be like, patterns or something? I don't know. Like I need to figure this all out in the prototype. And then once I'm happy with the prototype and I've checked all these little notes and solved those issues, I think it'll be good to go to actually start building it. And the worst thing is like when you're trying to, even if you're building on like Wix or Webflow, like a drag and drop system, or you're even developing like with code, either way, you don't want to be having to think about these possible issues while you're building. It just takes too much time. You lose focus in terms of the style sometimes. Like you get so caught up with trying to fix these logical problems. You don't sort of refine the actual design to how you want it to be because you're so focused on making sure that you're fixing all these other problems. It just makes it easier once you have the design 100% excellent. That's how I want it to look. I just got to copy it. I just got to build it to make it look exactly like that. And that can be a primary focus. And whenever I've done that in the past, if I'm being a bit lazy because it's my own project, it always comes back and bites me in the back end. So it's best off just doing it properly from the beginning, and it just saves a lot of time and a lot of headaches. So that's a wrap, guys. That's it for this week. Can't believe we're up to episode 13 already. So hope you enjoyed this episode of the weekly wrap up. Keep an eye out for more progress on the merch store. If you see any new sort of merch designs sort of popping up on our socials, give us feedback. Let us know what you think. If you're interested, would you buy it? If you want to learn some stuff, don't forget to check out the Skillshare classes that we have, how to get started as a freelancer, and our UI design process. So if you're on Skillshare, I highly recommend you check them out. And again, leave feedback. Let us know how we can improve it and stuff like that. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on those notifications, and give the video a like. I guess we'll see you guys in the next video.